Hey guys, welcome to another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Toys R Us exclusive Marvel Legends Infinite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack. And more specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the Agent Maria Hill figure. As I said in my Nick Fury review, I am uploading these in accordance with my favorite figures, Nick Fury being my least favorite, and Maria Hill being my second favorite figure, and I'll explain why in a sec. But let me just say that overall, I am extremely happy with this figure. Taking a closer look, this head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. Definite resemblance to Kobe Smolder. I got no real gripes with the paint anywhere. The hair is really well sculpted. Get a little bit of a plastic cut right there, but the earpiece is painted really well. Would have liked to have seen some hair highlights, but eyes came out really well, and so did her eyebrows. It's just the paint on the face and the sculpting is really nice. Looking on the rest of the figure, this is based off of the Winter Soldier Black Widow mold that we got in the Winter Soldier line, apart from this upper torso section, and we do get a little bit of remolding throughout the figure itself. And here she is side by side with the Black Widow figure. You can see their torsos are completely remolded. They have the same arms on both of these. The elbow down, it's a different mold. You get different belts. The belt for Black Widow is molded on, whereas Agent Hill has a just a floating belt with the holsters actually connected. See, on Black Widow, the holsters are disconnected so that you can pose her. But on Hill, you can see it's connected. And posing her, it actually makes her belt right up. Would have preferred if this had been like glued to the waist, and you could move it that way, because you can see it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all, but we'll get into that. I still suffer the same problems as Black Widow. The gun is molded in. Would have really liked to have seen just the holster molded in and given separate guns to put in her hands, but real disappointment, but it's something I can live with. But you can see from the waist down, they are the exact same mold. The same boots, same pants, and even the same feet. The buckling on the pants is the exact same, it's just not painted on. It is pretty much an exact reuse of the mold, which isn't a problem for me, especially with the changes that we do get. I think they came out really well. Really nice painting on here, really darker blue over the more gray blue. We get a really nice S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on either side of her arms. You get a little patch coming there, which isn't painted all the way. We got some blue coming through. Zipper is really nicely painted. I would have liked to have seen that come. And see, it goes all the way down the rest of the torso. I would have liked to have seen that painted. We get some really nice darker blue on top of the light blue again, and that goes all the way into the inside of the leg. And that looks really good. And going out through the rest of the figure, it's just black. My biggest complaint about this figure is that her left hand is super wonky, man. Her entire index finger and her thumb kind of blend together, and that's just a total mess. Her hand is really poorly molded. The rest of it looks fine, even on the bottom going to the inside of the palm. The hand looks completely fine, but you go look at it from the top, it just looks absolutely atrocious. I don't know if that's just on my figure, if that's on all of them, but it's definitely something that you should be aware of. Articulation, Hill's head can rotate 360 degrees. It can't really look up that much, but it can look down quite a bit. We also get a really nice head pivot right there. Her arms can go up about that much, which is really good. They rotate 360. Single joint at the elbow, which is really disappointing. We also get a elbow rotation. Wrists can go in and out, and that is on both wrists. They rotate 360. We get a diaphragm joint. She can go back that much, and she can slouch forward a good amount. We also get a nice pivot and full rotation, which is really good. No waist articulation, which is okay. The legs go out that much. You can see it's not really hindered by the belt at all, which is really good. They go forward all the way, again not hindered by the belt, and they do go back a little bit. They rotate at the upper part of the leg, and you can see the belt really doesn't limit the articulation at all, which is just so awesome. I'm glad to see that it doesn't cause hindrance. We get a double jointed knee, which is great. Foot goes forward and back, and we do get a nice ankle pivot. Agent Hill doesn't come with any accessories, which is a real bummer. However, since Nick Fury only has one gun holding hand and 2 pistols, I do just take one of his pistols. It actually stays in her hand a lot better than it does Nick Fury's. You can see that her finger does actually go into the trigger, which is really nice to see. I would have liked to have seen this be a gun holding hand as well, and of course I would have liked to have seen these be actual guns rather than just molds. For size comparison, here she is with the other figures in her pack, and I think she scales really well. She is the shortest of them, which I think fits in scale pretty well. And here she is with the rest of her Winter Soldier cast, and you can see that she and Black Widow are about the same size, which is, I guess, is pretty accurate. And she is shorter than Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Overall, I am really, really happy with the way this figure came out. Again, just minor gripes. Her hand is a little funky, and I would have really liked to have seen actual accessories as opposed to these molded guns in the holsters. And of course, it should be getting to the time where double jointed elbows are standard, even on female figures. We haven't seen any double jointed females. It makes it really difficult to pose this figure. But other than that, I got no complaints. We get some really nice molding, we get really nice paint throughout the figure, and some pretty good articulation too. So that's my review. If you want to pick this figure up, she is available at Toys R Us in the exclusive 3-pack. You can also find it on toysrus.com. Look for my reviews of the other two figures in the 3-pack. Coulson is coming up next, and Nick Fury I previously did. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy hunting, and I'll see you guys next time.